It was a spiritual awakening. It was me looking at myself and realizing that I was so much more. Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm just going to be filming a little bit of a get ready with me. Probably uploading 2 videos on the day that you watch this because this is a really easy one. And I've been trying to upload a lot more regularly. Tonight actually, is a Scorpio moon, a full moon, and I'm going to be hanging out with Sammy and we're just going to be writing manifestations, and I'm pretty sure this moon is about connecting with our emotional selves and trying to align what we want with what we're doing, and every new moon kind of marks a new beginning, a new cycle, and brings new energy. So I think that's what this moon is for, and I'll probably add a little blurb about it right after this. But yeah, I'm not super into astrology at all, but I do feel kind of connected to the moon as a woman, and I think it's very beautiful, and my last name means full moon, so I just like to hang out, and any reason to look at the stars and worship the universe is I'm so down for it. So I get excited every time it's a full moon, and tonight I'm gonna actually try to look cute. I have a lot of scars on my face right now because I have had an intense period, a few days. I've had intense period symptoms lately. I've been breaking out, and I literally was just so nauseous that I had to lie down and literally not. I wasn't tired today. I wasn't cramping, and then I got the worst cramps of my life, and I got so nauseous at the same time, and I just lied down in my bed in the fetal position for an hour, and there was stuff that I wanted to do, and I wanted to just answer emails. I wanted to study and work on different classes that I'm taking online, and I couldn't do anything because my stomach just feels like it's under construction right now. And yeah, so that's just annoying. I usually don't get really bad period cramps like that. My friend Nyla, she gets horrible. I hesitated because I don't know if she'll if that's weird if I say that, but she doesn't care. She used to get such bad period cramps that in her photography class, she would be lying on the floor in the dark room because she just couldn't move because there were period cramps, and my ex-boyfriend would always be like, "You're just faking it, it doesn't actually hurt that bad," but that shit is serious, and I just don't think guys can understand how bad period cramps are, or just cramps in general, I feel and pregnancy and giving birth, obviously. There's some videos on BuzzFeed where guys get period cramps, or guys see what it feels like to give birth. They basically stimulate that for men, and I think that's really funny. They're like, "Oh my god," and it's really painful. But yeah, not to hate on anyone, I don't have any beef with my ex-boyfriend or men in general, whatever. I don't know why I'm moving into this energy space of really not caring about anything, which usually doesn't happen. I usually care so much about everything, but lately I'm just I can't, my energy just won't even go into caring for things that will hurt me or put me down. I just have been trying to focus on my own life, which I guess that's going pretty well, and it's just a natural thing a natural energy space that I've moved into. But how are you guys doing? Let me know if you did anything for the full moon. I am just covering up my scars and whatever, and a little bit on my under eyes. I use very little amounts of this, using the same foundation that I've had all year since the summertime. Probably have it until next summertime. I really haven't been wearing makeup lately because of, I've been breaking out, and I don't really care to that much, but I kind of want to look cute today, and maybe it'll just bring me up a little bit. I don't know. I'm not down, but maybe it'll just make me feel a little bit more poppin', which is sometimes a good feeling. No, 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 no. I guess I've been trying not to fall into a crippling depression. I was like, Hitomi, you cannot listen to the Smiths after 6 p.m. Don't be alone listening to sad indie music anymore. This makes you think about sad, sappy shit. Don't do this to yourself. And it's true, listening to sad, slow music all the time makes me very sad. I think it'll make anyone sad. Okay, this is a paper with my monthly budget on it. I was trying to spend $20 a week on food. It's hard, but I just really want to save a lot more lately, and I'm really bad at saving. But I made this budget, and so yeah, my limit is like $24 a week. I've been going to Trader Joe's for my groceries because they're really cheap, and so I guess it's been working out, but it gets kind of boring and really simple. But I've been eating like just straight up so much kale, so much jasmine rice and lentils and just really basic foods, but I feel pretty good. I'm seeing a nutritionist on sometime next week, a vegan nutritionist. I'm so excited. I still have been bloated. Like still every day I wake up and I'm still kind of bloated. It's not as bad as it used to be, where before, like in the winter time or before that, I would wake up and my stomach literally looked pregnant, and I made videos about this, and I also had gained a lot of weight within 2 months, which was abnormal. I saw an acupuncturist, I saw 3 stomach specialists, I had to breathe into bags, and I had to go on different restriction diets, so I didn't eat beans, I didn't eat broccoli, cauliflower, bagels, onions, and I was still bloated, and none of them were vegan, so all of them were like, well, it's probably because you're deficient, or it's probably because this, that, and the other. I've been taking all my vitamins, so go me. And I'm gonna get a blood test after I see this nutritionist to see if I am deficient in anything. I have taken B12 every single day since I've gone vegan. Well, I probably skipped a few days, but I'm usually pretty good with it, and so we'll see. But I'm really excited because I told her my problems, and she was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do 4 sessions. The first session is gonna be an hour and a half, and I'm just going to get a feel for like your lifestyle and what you eat and do a dietary analysis, and she's like, we'll get you back on track with, you know, not being bloated, getting in shape, losing weight, whatever your goals are, and stuff like that. I don't know, she was just so friendly and sweet, and it was basically like the best thing to hear ever, because it was like she automatically knew what the solution was, and I only told her like what the problem was. But I'm sure as a vegan nutritionist, she gets a lot of vegans who go in there because they're bloated, so I'm excited. And I rarely brush my hair. It's kind of oily right now. It's second day hair, so I'm brushing through it to make it seem less like oily. I feel like I need to use some kind of, what's it called, dry shampoo, because my hair gets oily really quickly. This is only second day hair. I don't like to wash it every day. I don't think it's good for it, and yeah, but I also don't know if any vegan dry shampoos, if that's a thing, if they test on animals, I don't know. But I've just never used it, so I never purchased it. I've used it before, like my sister's, like in 6th grade, or 8th grade. I'm talking a lot and really fast. I think I'm just excited, and it feels good to talk to you guys. But yeah, I'll let you know how the vegan nutritionist goes. Using just a little bit of this Becca bronzer, like that's all I'm gonna do, whatever I put on my face. Yeah, I don't really care. Like that foundation literally didn't cover anything. You can still see my like red, freshly popped pimples, but it's cool. I'm gonna be posting my natural like skincare routine probably after my period and this horrible breaking out ends. It's not even that bad. I just got a few zits. Also, I ate like half a vegan pizza the other day. Really good, from Screamer's Pizza. If you live in New York, I highly recommend it. It is amazing. They have this buffalo cauliflower pizza, girl. I loved buffalo chicken pizza. The thought of like chicken now isn't appealing at all. Like it would feel and taste like actual flesh, but I did like buffalo chicken pizza, and so at Screamer's they have buffalo cauliflower, and they put this like ranch dressing over it. I had it yesterday. I bit into it. I was like, oh my god, this is so, like, it was just an explosion in my mouth. People were sitting next to me on either side. It's like a small little pizza place, and there was like a family, or like it was a mom and her daughter and her like boyfriend or husband, and then it was like 2 other people, and then it was like 2 best friends. It was like a guy and a girl, a couple next to me, and then 2 best friends, and there was an empty table, and I sat there and I was eating this pizza, and I just wanted to like dance. Like I bit into it, and I was like like I'm deceased. It was so good that I just wanted to cry. I was really emotional, and I was like, I looked over at the like the chef or the people working, and I was like, how did you craft such a perfectly balanced, flavorful pizza? Like, I looked at them like they were gods or something. And it made me so happy. And basically, if you guys have ever seen Ratatouille and he's like eating cheese and like being mindful of how everything tastes, and he sees like little fireworks in his mouth about how all the flavors taste, that's how I felt in that pizzeria. But it was like all on my head, and I was just staring at it. Like, I literally felt like I was high. This experience of eating pizza just was phenomenal, and that's why I don't go there very often. You know, I like to keep a good thing good and not ruin it by overindulging in it. Plus, I don't know, yeah, it's like a treat, so I could eat it every day, and I don't think that I would get tired of it because they do have a lot of variety. I love pizza so much. I really, really like vegan cheese in general. I never liked cheese before I went vegan. Wasn't my thing. I used to tell people I was allergic to cheese because I just hated it. I feel like I'm on the bottom of this camera. Let me sit on something. But ever since I've gone vegan, I love vegan cheese, and I love mac and cheese. I love pizza. It's so bad. Me and my sister would get pizza from the pizza place and take all the cheese off in like one triangle. Excuse me, it would just come off. I lived in upstate New York. I was born in Brooklyn in Prospect Heights, and then I moved upstate. And so we had still really good New York style pizza, and this one place, I forget what it's called. I don't know, but we would always get pizza from there, and me and my sister would just take this whole like layer of pizza off and just eat the soft dough underneath with like the little bit of tomato sauce. My brother would get so annoyed. He'd be like, why would you do that? And it's true, like, what a waste. We could just buy pizza dough. Okay, no more talking while I do my eyebrows, please. Moment of silence for the brows. Okay, haven't fucked them up yet. That'll do, man. I don't know. It's so dramatic. Holy fuck. Looks like I'm serving like attitude right now, but I'm not. The difference is crazy. It literally looks like low-key like the Nike sign. That was upside down. Am I that bitch with the Nike sign eyebrows? Or are we all that bitch and it's normal and okay now? My eyebrows are like, they have a nice natural shape, but they're just kind of sparse in the front. So that's the reality of the situation. Okay, let's talk about my favorite YouTubers, because I've gotten some questions about this, and some of you get really excited when I mention Sarah Baska. I fucking love Sarah Baska so much. I feel like I'm becoming her. I just feel like her comedy and her like sense of humor is really rubbing off on me, and I love it so much, and she's just hilarious and so beautiful and spreads so much happiness and laughter to people, and I just think she's an angel. So I really like Sarah Baska. Who else do I watch? I watch Stella Rae and Sonia Elsie. I've been really liking Sonia's videos lately. She just did one reacting to weird comments, and I texted her. I was like, oh my god, that was really great. She really inspires me to not give a fuck, and I really like that. I watched Shane Dawson, which is weird. I usually don't watch YouTubers like that with those kind of cuts or that kind of comedy. Shane definitely has to be like your cup of tea, but I really like him. I've been watching him since I was a freshman in high school, and I feel like I've been on this spiritual journey with him, and I can relate to him, you know? I just feel like I understand. And his sense of humor, like, I don't even laugh at it, but I just enjoy him, you know? And the videos that I really like to watch of his are conspiracy theory videos. Like, I'm really into conspiracy theories in general. Like, I think they're really fun. Even if I don't believe in them, it's really interesting to see what things people piece together. And he does a lot of those, so I really like him for those. And then he does, like, different haunted videos, which are cool. And don't watch those at night alone in your apartment, because then you won't be able to sleep and you'll be paranoid. Who else? I really don't watch that many people. I don't spend that much time on YouTube, but when I do, I feel like I rewatch other people. Oh, I watch Trisha Paytas, which, it's just entertaining a lot of the times. I used to love her mukbangs. She hasn't really been doing that many. I love mukbangs so much, though. Like, it makes me feel just so good watching other people eat whatever the hell they want, and stuffing their face. I don't know. I know that that's also a very like a niche kind of group in YouTube. I know a lot of people in real life, in my life, think it's weird, but is this recording? Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. But I love mukbangs. I really want to film one, but I just don't know if that would be something that anyone would like to see. And I pretty much do that in my vlogs. Like I just talk, and I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'll do a mukbang with all of my favorite junk food in New York City and just get donuts and pizza and Champ's Diner nachos and my favorite buffalo wings from Red Bamboo and just all of my favorite indulgent vegan food in New York, and that would be the video. Like, it wouldn't just be me eating a bowl of pasta, it would be about the food, baby. I'm really into food. I never know what to do with my hair. I know that sounds like I'm being rough, but I'm really not. I'm being gentle. Been using the sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner, which I just feel like has made my hair so much stronger. I also got a trim this month for the first time in 2 years. My sister's best friend, who like I kind of grew up with, he cut my hair, or I guess he invited me to this photo shoot and there were other hairstylists and like she cut my hair and then he styled it, but it was really nice. I was really glad that I did it with him because I wouldn't trust anyone else to cut my hair. And his friend who cut it was like, I'm only cutting this much, you can look at it, you can see while I'm doing it. And she made me feel really comfortable about it because I've had people just do whatever the hell they wanted with my hair and it just came out choppy, or they gave me a bunch of layers I didn't ask for, or they just made it a straight line in the back, which I didn't like, so then she had to cut off more to make it like a V. I don't know, I've just had some, you know, people who think they know what I want my hair to look like. But anyways, that's a thing. I guess my energy today, I just like to check in with myself and be like, what's up, what's good, and how are you doing? Like, on a spiritual, emotional level. I feel like pretty balanced, but also on the verge of having another breakdown, so I'm like trying not to get sad, but also that might just happen inevitably, but I'm just trying to like deal with the daily numbness or the loneliness, I guess. And lately I just feel like it's been harder for me to open up because I just feel like there's not really anything to say. I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of down, I feel kind of numb, but there's not really anything anyone can do about it. It's just the way that I'm feeling. And that's why I like want to surround myself with more people who just simply love me, like my beautiful and amazing friends. Imani, I saw her last week with her boyfriend at their place in Jersey, and she's just an angel. I feel like she's such a soulmate of mine, and we really understand each other, and that was really nice. So I just need to do more of that, but overall, like, I am alone a lot of the time. Everyone in New York is doing their own thing. Like, New York is cool, you can meet a lot of people, but everyone is pursuing their own dreams and living their own life. So that's just what happens, you know? Okay, so I added a little bit of highlight on my cheeks. I don't know if you guys can see it. My whole face is pretty, like, just oily, but I guess that adds to a little bit of an ethereal look, and that's just my natural oily skin, which I used to be really self-conscious about, but who cares? And also, at least my skin is moisturized. But I'm just going to put some sparkles on my face and mi cabeza. Is that my head? So usually what I do is I stick the little pieces of like silver flecks to my highlighter. I just have to push it down a little bit. I just wanna sleep forever. Pick up a row. You can also maybe use coconut oil or something. Oh, I like this, how it just gets pointy. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that on the other side. Really simple, not too much glitter. If I'm being honest, I still feel kind of heartbroken over my past relationship, and I feel like that's just something that I'm still healing from. And so sometimes when I'm spending too much time alone, or I'm not keeping busy, I just start thinking about it, or my heart just starts to hurt, like physically. I miss him, or I think about the relationship and what could have been done better and stuff. And I also have this fear that I'm going to end up alone because I really don't like talking to guys. I'm not good at it. I don't know how to flirt. I'm not having sex. I don't know. I just don't like even have energy to put into meeting anyone. And I know I'm so young, so I probably shouldn't even think that, but I don't even believe in marriage either. So there's part of me that feels like, oh, well, that was like the one time that you were going to open up to a guy and that's it. I know that sounds really depressing. And I know it's not true. Like, I tell myself it all the time. I just feel like it's in my subconscious where but I learned so much in this relationship, and I think that it is only going to prepare me for more success in the future with dating and falling in love and commitment and everything like that. So I'm setting boundaries, all that stuff. Like, I know that it was such a lesson. I think that if I did meet the right person, that it would be fantastic. It has been a few months, but we kept talking after we broke up and we hung out, which I don't recommend, but anyways, at the end of the day, we were just like, yeah, well, we can't be together again. It's obviously not going to work. And that just kind of prolonged the pain for both of us, so that's why it still hurts, because, like, I literally just stopped talking to him. And he's been getting with other people, and that's fine. I don't care. I don't see anyone as my property. Let's talk about something lighter, shall we? Let us do that. I'm probably gonna cry tonight. I was like walking home yesterday from getting pizza, and I just knew that I was gonna go home and cry. And I did, and it was like a really good, productive cry. Like, it just needed to happen. I just needed to let everything out. I just felt like I needed to release a little bit, and I just like am on this crazy journey through this human experience, and I'm feeling all these things and healing from so much and excited about life, and also perpetually mind blown that I'm even here in the first place. And I was just kind of like, like, oh my god, life is crazy, and I just needed to cry. I love that so many of you are into indie music just as much as me. It makes me so happy. Man, indie music is just good vibes. I like to put a little bit of blush on my nose for that little, like, very, whimsical, ethereal look, man. And I like to go a little bit overboard with the blush, the pink cheeks, the light skin. I know that this makeup coverage isn't the best, and that's just because I really didn't put any effort into it, and I put very little. But those are the little glitter things. I feel a little bit vulnerable right now. I usually don't feel vulnerable talking about my emotions online, but lately I guess I feel kind of like embarrassed about them, just because it's like the same shit. Like, oh, I'm still sad about the same things, or I still just feel kind of empty sometimes, and people will comment and just be like, oh, so you're not on the right path, or like, oh, you're obsessing about wanting love, or blah blah blah. But like, I don't want love at all. I don't have time to put into a relationship at all. I'm just going through life, and I'm still majorly healing, and I can't rush that process, you know what I mean? And I'm still fucking happy. Like, I still pray every night and think about all my blessings every morning and smile at the sun and breathe in and feel relieved. And I feel so like I'm gonna cry right now. And I don't want to. For once, I don't want to cry. Because then all my glitter will fall off, so I can't cry, right? Maybe I'll do a little bit of eyeshadow. I never do no, I'm not going to. That's too much effort. Should I? Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit on. There we go, just going a little bit overboard, using my finger. I've had this naked palette since like freshman year of high school, or maybe sophomore year. No, I think it was freshman. I don't know. Moving to a new area is what changed my life. Like, I found Buddhism, I found The Secret, the Law of Attraction. That was like when I first got sad, and then I moved to this new school, and it was so diverse and had so many different clubs and cultural diversity, and it had such a welcoming and open LGBTQ community. And I was like, wow, holy fuck, I lived in such a small-minded town, and this is how the other half lives. Like, this is like acceptance, you know? And I remember I was getting my schedule, like I was kind of, hold on a second, signing up for school, for class. I saw this girl wearing a lace maxi skirt, and it was like a skirt, and then it had a see-through like lace maxi part of it, you know? I'll try and find a picture of it. Anyway, she was wearing that in the guidance counselor's office, and me and my siblings were like laughing at her. We were like, oh my god, what is she wearing? Like freaking 5 months later, I'm wearing maxi skirts, posting videos on YouTube, and like loving everyone. And I always think back to that because I was like, wow, what a difference literally a few weeks can make, or a day even. My upbringing, like if I had stayed in that place, I feel like I still, or maybe not, I can't even say, but I was on the path of being a judgmental person. I never really was into gossip, or like I never bullied anyone, I never said anything to anyone, but I would judge people's outfits, and I would like, I guess, cut myself off. Actually, no, that's not true. I've always been pretty accepting of like people and friends, but I would judge people's outfits and the way certain people live their life without thinking why they were the way that they were, or without just realizing that it's stupid to even like define or judge anyone, or like decide I was better than anyone. I think that's the thing, is that like I was a little bit I was just unaware and unawakened. And when I moved to Maryland, and I think that I read some book about Buddhism, and then I started reading all these online forums, and I was like, if you guys have seen The Secret, I literally saw like this like white orb of energy just kind of like change everything, and I was like, wow, like I looked back at my whole life and I was like, holy shit, like I'm so glad that I'm at this level now where I can accept and love everyone, and I don't have to see someone and label them as wrong or whatever just because they're different, you know? I don't have to define anyone or anything at all. I'm just accepting everything for how it is and not wasting my energy on judgment whatsoever. And that was like a really big moment for me, especially being in high school, which is such a judgmental, cliquey, conformist place. And so realizing that is what automatically made me fearless with my fashion, which I kind of always was as well, because I guess that I didn't really care, and I was always just into fashion, and people didn't really say anything about what I wore, except they just looked at me a lot, which is fine. But I just was very conscious of my energy, and my whole life changed from that point on, you know? And I love that quote, I didn't change, I just woke up, because it was an awakening. It was a spiritual awakening. It was me looking at myself and realizing that I was so much more, and that was incredible. And my life has never been the same since, and how I treat people and how I love other people has been so much more pure, and how I love myself has just been so much more powerful because of that. And it's like, I feel like it was meant to be that I moved and my life kind of got uprooted. I feel like I'm on the bottom of the screen, but yeah, so I'm very thankful for that on my journey. And I think that I just kind of forget that I still have so much more to learn and experience, and I'm also so young, and I always forget that like my life is just beginning, honey. I mean, I got out of high school like 2 years ago, but I'm pretty young. I moved out at 17, and I moved to Santa Barbara at 17, and so I feel like most people are like 18 when they move out, or 19, whatever, but I'm 19 now. I'm still a teen. I don't know, I feel like the world is definitely still my oyster. I still have my health, and I have to just remind myself that, okay, you're doing okay, you know? Not everything has to be done in one day, and sometimes I'm very much in the moment where I'm like, oh, I just want to do everything today because it's the only day I have, so I try to do everything and try to like pursue all of my passions at one time, like reading a full-out textbook, taking an Adobe Illustrator class, an Adobe Premiere like editing class for like video editing, and then after that I'll like go to the library and try to find some books on spirituality, and then after that I'll meditate, and I'll just like try to do all these different things, and then at the end of the day I'm just like mentally exhausted, and I'm just like, ugh, you need to slow down, like not everything has to be this way. And I kind of did that today. I took like a bunch of different classes and was trying to do a bunch of different things, and I think my struggle has always been having one focus to put all my energy in, but I also like that I have so many things that I want to do, so that when one thing gets boring or gets too overstimulating, then I can do something else and use a different part of my brain. There's like an intellectual part and then my creative side of my brain, so yeah. Life's all about balance and understanding and awareness and love. I think love is at the root. I just want to love everyone. Also want to run away from society and all of its ideals that I do not agree with. Okay, shawty. And high school is a bitch. At least in my, because I had a very small school when I was a freshman. Everyone like knew everyone's first and last name, middle name, knew something about them. There was like 2 like gay kids in my school, and that was it. And pretty much everyone was white or Spanish or Italian, and there wasn't a lot of cultural diversity, and it was just horrible. And I'm really glad that I left that school. No offense to you if you're watching this and you're from my hometown, that was just my experience, especially as like an outcast kind of. I was just like, and yeah, everyone was very judgmental, and that's why I became judgmental, because everyone judged me, and so I was like, well, screw you guys back. But then that all changed, and I found myself, so to speak, and I don't know where all this is going. I'm just trying to like figure out what to do with my hair. Should I leave it? Should I do a little side braid? Should I try and do some like Pocahontas action? Should I just do a little... I need to get more volume in my hair somehow. It's usually very voluminous the first day right after I wash it, and then it just gets flat to my head because it gets oily and a little bit heavier. Let's just see what a ponytail will look like right now. It's so soft. I really recommend using sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. It's like the best thing that you can do for your hair. Oh, look at that. She got a little piece of hair falling to the side. But yeah, I would talk in Spanglish too, and my sister was all about that life. I think that's why, because I looked up to my sister and she was very ghetto fabulous, like, I don't know, there were also a lot of like Hispanic people near, and like in my school and near the town that I lived in, and so I was speaking Spanish like a little bit more. We had Spanish friends in middle school, and then when I became a freshman, I was kind of a girly girl. I was like an indie girly girl, kind of preppy. I wore like my horseback riding boots, even though I didn't ride horses, and I wore thigh highs. I was like the first girl to wear thigh highs in my school. I remember the first time I ever wore thigh highs, and I wore combat boots and a little DIY dress, and I felt so cute. And I guess that's when like I really started becoming my own and getting my own style, because I was before that kind of seeing what my sister was doing, and then I guess summer of 8th grade / freshman year I really started doing my own thing and not dressing for boys. Like I used to dress to like show off, but then I started dressing for myself and for what I liked and my inspiration that I saw from different movies, and that's when fashion just became really fun, and yeah, I really started doing my own thing. I don't know, I'm not ashamed of my past at all, but sometimes it just makes me sad because I was sad and I needed help that I didn't get and I wasn't able to say. Like, I was suicidal starting in like 8th grade to, I'm gonna make this a little bit tighter, like that my first like real suicidal attempt was in freshman year, and I also was making myself throw up, and I was restricting, I wasn't eating, and I was like 80 pounds, and I don't know, I just was very alone and no one noticed anything, and my parents were always working, and my siblings also like had their own life and they would pick on me, and so I just kind of went undiagnosed under the radar for a really long time with my like mental illness, and it makes me sad like thinking about how sad I was and how much help that I needed at that time, because I didn't tell anyone how I was feeling and how suicidal I was, and it was just a really big struggle, and I totally forgot, but I used to cut my... I'm just gonna leave it. Should I just leave it? No, I like the braid. But, like, I lost my virginity, and then all these guys, like, were just using me, which I guess I knew that they were, but I never really got a sex talk. I never really, like, was told that I didn't have to, even. Like, I sometimes felt obligated to hook up with guys because just because they wanted to. And I just felt so like out in the open and so alone with my sexuality and with what I was doing, and I couldn't even talk to my friends about it because they would judge me. And so I got really suicidal. And then my sister was also like angry at me for like hooking up with her friends, even though they were the ones like pursuing me, and like it wasn't just me partaking in the act, it was like her friends too, but she was getting mad about it. And she punched me in the face one time. She literally gave me a fat lip, and we were at dinner, and my mom was like, "Why is your lip swollen?" And I was like, "Because Gabby punched me." And then my sister just laughed, and I was like, ugh, you know. But is that even an emotion? Like, that's the extent of my being able to express anger, is just like a growl. But I just remember like my wrists were so cut up and my showers stung because of how many cuts I had all over my body, and I just really, really needed help. And I think that younger girls go undiagnosed like a lot more. I mean, I guess I can't even say that, but I feel like there are a lot of young kids who are afraid to address their sadness or their mental illness because maybe people don't even notice them, or they don't even know what it is, or that it's like it's not okay to feel like suicidal all the time, and that that's not normal, and that there is help that you can get. Like, I didn't even think there was anything that anyone could do about the way that I was feeling, you know? Like, I would cut myself like every single day. It was such a routine. I would make myself throw up. I would work out like for hours, which I actually really enjoyed. I don't think that was fueled by any kind of eating disorder, but I guess I just didn't know that there was help that I could get. And I don't know, I emailed my therapist. I was just, you know, catching up with her, and she was just like, "Don't be so hard on yourself. This stuff takes a long time to heal from." And I don't know, I am very hard on myself, and I'm just like, why does this still matter? Or like, I kind of just don't know why I'm still like suffering or healing from that kind of stuff, from that like kind of trauma, and not being nurtured or not being taught or not being shown anything. So yeah, I just kind of get frustrated because I'm like, I literally don't care anymore. Like, I've learned so many lessons. I'm so grateful for everything in my life, and just for the way that everything went, and what I learned, and I don't have any animosity towards my family members. I just kind of want to like be able to fully let it go, and I have let go of a lot this year, these past few months, but then there's still like this depression and this feeling of worthlessness, and it's just, I'm just tired of it. And like I said, like, I'm not like thinking about my past. I'm not living in my past at all. I'm living in the present with so much gratitude and love, but then my tendencies are still as if I'm like this young person who needs to be taken care of still. Life is crazy. That's all I gotta say. At the end of the day, life is crazy. I hope you guys follow me on Spotify at THEJAUNTFORCKANDHM. I'm probably going to do an old school R&B hip-hop playlist. And it's 8:01, exactly the time that I was planning on leaving the house. I have to do the dishes. I always do the dishes before I leave the house. Anyways, I'm wearing my Dior nightgown tonight. Hopefully this shit is in focus. But let's put these babies on. This baby. Maybe Sammy can record some of my look tonight, but if not, I'll put it in my outfit of the week video that I'm filming. Maybe when I get home. And it's probably going to be windy by the Brooklyn Bridge, so that's why, you know, I wore a turtleneck underneath. Also, it's cute. I'm wearing my white go-go boots, which I thrifted, and I'm putting everything in this little bag. So that's the look for tonight. That's the vibes. Do you guys like the braid? I kind of like it. I don't want my hair to be crazy and wild with the wind, but I'm like squatting right now in this nightgown, like I'm about to twerk or something. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a little bit of a full moon celebration or some sort of thing. I mean, honestly, any excuse or reason to get outside, look at the stars, be excited about life, you know, connect with yourself and what you want out of this life is is an excuse for me, like literally anything. Like, oh, is there a meteor shower? Is it a Wednesday? Let's go outside and look at the stars and write our little hearts out and cry our little eyes out and connect, you know? Like, literally, I'm always down to do that, and it being a full moon and it being a Scorpio moon just makes me even more excited. Please be kind and spread the peace and find the peace within yourself, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I ended up taking my hair out.